patriots and lovers of liberty, I imagine that you are as concerned as I am about the events of the last 12 to 24 hours, where these tapes of Donald Trump saying these horrific things about women have been released, and these emails have come out from WikiLeaks about what Hillary Clinton actually told the bankers when they paid her $250,000 for a 20-minute speech. But I would like to ask you to keep your perspective and maybe shed some light on what I think is actually going on. I think this is an ambush by the Republicans on Trump. I don't think this is coming from the left, from the Democrats. See, I think what's going on here is that the never Trumpers, the establishment in Washington, being the Democrats, Republicans, and the media, K Street, Chamber of Commerce, they saw Mike Pence have a nice debate against Kaine, and he looked very Republican, he looked very establishment. And they now see that if they could force Trump out, they could get Mike Pence, right? Well, Mike Pence, we all were impressed, and he's a nice guy. But remember, when Mike Pence was governor, and they passed the Religious Freedom Act in Indiana, and then the left put pressure on him, he folded like a cheap suit. Mike Pence ain't going to fight for anything, folks, okay? He's one of them. He served in the House, he served in the Senate, and if he went to Washington, he'd be no different than Jeb Bush, okay? So that's why the Republicans are trying to take this opportunity to take out Trump by planting this story. That's my opinion, okay? Now, here's the bottom line. None of us support what Donald Trump said. He has to account for that. But you and I never supported Donald Trump based on his values, did we? We don't have shared values with Donald Trump. What we share is our issues. We share the issues of closed borders, reforming immigration so that we only let the people in who believe in America and want to be Americans. We believe in private industry creating jobs and getting regulations off our back and having free use of our energy. We believe in gun rights. We believe in religious freedom. Those are things we believe in. That's what we share with Donald Trump. That's not what we share with Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan and Jake Chavez and these establishment hacks who are now trying to assassinate Donald Trump. See, and here's what I love. So they're going to make a moral equivalency between Donald Trump saying things about how he would like to kiss and grope these models, okay, with Bill Clinton, who actually raped women. There's no moral equivalency there, folks. They're not the same thing. But you didn't hear any Democrats, throwing Hillary Clinton under the bus when these emails came out saying that she's completely lying about the middle class. She tells in her speeches she's going to defend the middle class. And then in these speeches to the bankers, she says, I really can't relate to the middle class because, Bill and I have been so well off for so long, I really can't relate to them. No Democrat said she should step down. Bernie Sanders, who kept saying, show us the transcripts of these speeches, now they're out. You didn't hear Bernie Sanders throwing Hillary Clinton under the bus, did you? Even though in these transcripts, it says that her dream is for free trade and global trade and open borders. Even though she's telling union members, Democrats, that she won't support TPP. But her dream is for free trade and open borders and global trade, right? This is the problem, folks. The Democrats, they support Hillary Clinton no matter what. The Republicans don't support Republicans. Why? Because they're not Republicans. So we need to understand that we don't have to defend Donald Trump's what he said because we don't agree with that. Donald Trump said it. He has to defend that. And hopefully the campaign will be smart enough to hold a press conference with his wife and his daughters and Donald Trump and have his wife speak and say, listen, Donald Trump was a playboy when I met him. He was a playboy when he was married to his first wife. But since I met him, he's matured, he's grown up, and you can see by our beautiful daughters that he respects women, and we've moved on. And I support my husband. Because again, how are they going to criticize her for supporting her husband, Donald Trump, if they, when they support Hillary Clinton for supporting her rapist husband, Bill Clinton? See? So hopefully the campaign will do what they got to do. But we got to do what we got to do. And that is we've got to defend our issues. If Hillary Clinton's elected, you aren't going to have gun rights. You aren't going to have freedom of religion. You're not going to have, the United States of America. You're going to just be a global citizen. You're going to get Obamacare. You're going to get government health care is what you're going to get. If you elect Donald Trump, you repeal Obamacare and get a free market solution. You get, regulations reduced. You get free use of our energy to create jobs, okay, and lift our economy. You get borders so that we can keep these illegal immigrants out, so that our people who live here can do the jobs that those people are taking. So let's keep some perspective. But let's also know who our enemies are. Our enemies are Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell and the establishment and the Democrats and the media in K Street. And they're trying to take Donald Trump out, okay? And it's just another ploy, folks. There's still 30 days left. Who knows what more they're going to do to Donald Trump? But this is exactly what you're going to see after Donald Trump wins. You'll see the Republican establishment attacking Donald Trump from the day the election is over. And we are going to have to defend him. Because they're not attacking Donald Trump. They're attacking you and I. Because, again, they don't want to serve us. They don't want to rule us. They do not respect us. They do not want to do what is right for us. They do not want to do what we want them to do. They want to do what their masters who write the checks want them to do. So I hope this gives you some perspective on what's going on today. Don't worry about what Donald Trump said. That's his job to worry about. You should be posting and emailing and talking about those Clinton emails and showing all your Democratic friends and all those Republicans who are on the fence what a liar she is and disclose what she really believes, because that's what's in these emails. I appreciate you listening to this video. I hope it provides some perspective.